people, including myself, believe to be the next big thing in the world of mixed martial arts. Former Cage Warriors world champion Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, currently top trending UFC performer on all social media platforms. How are you feeling coming into fight week, my friend?
I can't wait, lad. I'm in the shape of my life, lad. I've had a brilliant camp. I'm gonna absolutely light this fool up.
Seeing a picture just now before starting this call of the shape you're in, you're looking huge, man. You're looking jacked. I've never seen you in that shape in Cage Warrior, so it's going to be nice to see you come out and perform. I wanted to start off with asking about a little bit of Liverpool, man, because you're a big part of Liverpool combat sports, and I wanted to ask, what does it mean to you to be fighting in front of the Scousers, man, to be the fighting pride of Liverpool? How does it feel knowing how many people get behind you, man? A lot of people struggle to get their fan base this engaged, and you seem to be drawing people in droves even before the UFC. How does that feel to you, man, to know that this many people are that invested in your career?
Brilliant, lad. Know what I mean? It's just the support I have in my city is next level, lad. It's absolutely brilliant, lad. I have lots of young kids what support me and stuff like that, and then they get the dads into it and the mums and that. So I have full families what support me, and I have the backing of this full city, lad. It goes without saying. So I can't wait to put on a show for them, lad. I want to do them all proud because they all back me to the hills, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prove all my doubters wrong and prove all my believers right.
And you can see that your fans really mean something to you, man. I wanted to ask, why is it that you interact so frequently with everybody on social media? How do you find the time, and why does it mean something to you to actually give back and reach out and speak to some of these people? Pretty much everyone I've seen tag you or talk to you at all on social media gets a response and in lightning speed. It's crazy. How do you manage to make that happen?
Well, to be honest, I think back to when I was just a fan, know what I mean, and how I'd appreciate it if someone would have got back to me. So I look at it from that way as well, where I was a fan when I first started watching the sport, man, and if someone would have tweeted me back or messaged me back, I would have been over the moon. So it fills me with pride to know that I do what I can to get back to me fans and to give back what I can.
So you gave me a perfect segue. When you were just growing up as a fan, who were some of the fighters that led to you getting into fighting? I know the other day on Twitter you responded and said Big Nog. Who are some of the guys that molded you as a fighter? Not only the style you fight, but who are some of the people that just made you want to fight in general when you were younger?
Well, obviously, as I say, Big Nog was a big. I used to really like Big Nog. Vitor Belfort. He was one of the first people who I watched live. Not in person, like, but one of the first people I watched live. Obviously, you look up to people like Michael Bisping and Dan Hardy because they were the first Brits to break the world stage. But there's no one I really moulded me fighting style on or anything like that. Know what I mean? I'm just me, lad. I always say it. People try and compare me to Connor all the time, but I'm Paddy the Baddy, lad, and it's that simple. I'll always be me. I'll never change, and I can't wait to put on a show for everyone, man, and show everyone that I am the boy and that the Paddy the Baddy show is just beginning.
The show is coming too, man. It's been a beyond hectic lead into fight week. It consisted of plenty of fans falling into the trap of believing that your fight was this week was off. How frustrating was it to deal with false accusation coming out on the social medias and receiving backlash not only for the pullout, which never happened, but just for calling out that, hey, this shouldn't have been reported in the first place? How frustrating was it just dealing with all that when all of it kind of led from false baseless claims?
Ridiculous, lad. There was no truth to it at all, and the most frustrating thing about it is the journalist made a statement the next day and said that at the time he reported it was true. No, it wasn't, because I was never out of this fight. Never at one point was I out of this fight. So the journalist is a liar, and we'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give him any more publicity because he used my name for clickbait enough a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, sir. So let's move straight into September 4th. You're going to be lined up opposite Luigi Vendramini in the Apex. Originally, the card was supposed to be in London, but it just wasn't in the cards. How do you feel about that event being moved to the States? I was so excited to see you debut in the UK. That would have been phenomenal. Obviously, things played out. Doesn't happen. A lot of guys falling out of that card. It's great to see you stay on the card. Aspinall stays on the card, and Till is a headliner. Pretty stacked for European MMA next week.
Yeah, as I say, I'm gutted. I am gutted that obviously it's not in London because I would have had some crazy support there. I would have had all the Scousers down there, and I would have had a lot of support from people in the UK and England. So it would have been brilliant. Obviously, when my entrance comes on, lad, and I walk out, it's simply next level. There's no entrance like it, but still, in the Apex, I'll still make it one of the best entrances that you've ever seen. Even though there's only about 200 people there, I'm still gonna make it absolutely phenomenal when I walk out and let everyone know who the next kid on the block is.
How do you see that fight playing out early on? How do you see it going?
I can't see him getting out the first round. To be honest, I think I'm gonna come out and put on a clinic. And if he gets to the second, I'll be surprised. There's no way he gets out the second. No way.
So I wanted to ask, how does the feel leading into this fight feel compared to some of your other bouts? Considering you've gone 5 rounds with Julian Erosa for a belt, you were billed in the biggest fight in European history against Soren Bach. How does this debut UFC bout feel in comparison to the Julian Erosa fight, to that Soren Bach fight, and some of the bigger fights of your career in Europe?
I think both of them opponents were tougher fights than Luigi Vendramini. You know what I mean? So I think my Cage Warriors career has put me in very good stead for this, because I've fought some top level guys. People can chat shit all they want and talk bad about Cage Warriors all they want, but I've fought top level guys in the past in main events and 5 round fights, and Luigi's not going to feel pressure. Well, he hasn't felt pressure like that in any of his fights before. And this is the first ever time he's going to be on the main card. And the only reason he's on the main card is because he's fighting me. So he's going to feel the pressure even more, where I don't feel pressure, lad. Like, maybe when it comes to world title fights and stuff, but opening up the main card is like second nature to me.
How does it feel though to be on the UFC main card? Did you expect it? I thought when looking at this card, there you would end up being on the main card regardless. There's just not enough names there that are known in this side of the world, right? But how does it feel now knowing for sure you're on the main card? Did you expect it at all coming in?
No, what, to be honest, if it was in the UK, I definitely expected it because of my walkout and what it's like and how the fans respond to me. But with it being in Vegas, I really didn't know. I didn't know where I was going to be on the card. But then when I saw the card the other day, I was like, oh, I could be on the main card here. And then I saw another card, and then everyone's confirmed it to me. So it's going to be brilliant, lad. It's perfect for the UK because the main card starts at 9 p.m. Everyone's going to be ready to go watching it, and like I say, I am going to steal the show, lad. When this show finishes, lad, no one's going to be talking about anyone else. Everyone's going to be talking about me, and my followers are going to skyrocket.
They surely are. And looking into the lead-in, man, you're already growing followers in the thousands, man. But I wanted to ask after the fight, right? Because obviously we see what you expect of yourself. You expect a finish. You expect it early. After the fight, what do you plan on saying on the mic? Is Instagram getting a call out? What's going on? What are you planning to say once you get on the mic?
I'm not happy with Instagram, to be honest. I've been banned off Instagram. My real account with 158,000 followers, or 157, one or the other, has been banned off Instagram. It's been disabled, and they're saying I'm not getting it back because of bullying and harassment. When I'm the one who gets bullied and harassed, I'm the one that people are constantly giving abuse to. You know what I mean? I'm getting stuff like, I'll rape your mother and I'll kill your father and stuff like that. And I say something back and they report me. You know what I mean? And I'm the one that gets my account taken. It's an absolute joke. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff that I see people post on there and responses I see people, and then I call Manchester City fans from Bristol glory hunters and say things on my story, and I'm the one who gets banned. It's an absolute joke, lad. So Instagram are gonna know who the baddie is next week when I grab the mic in that post-fight interview.
Do you know what incidents exactly led to the banning, or was it just a
The last one genuinely was because I called a Manchester City fan from Bristol, which is like hundreds of miles away from Manchester, at a glory hunter because he supports just because they're good. Know what I mean?
And that was enough to get you banned?
Yeah, because it was like my fifth one, and they said another one. A woman put a story up about me, talking about me. So I put a story back up about her, and she got her and her friends to report it. So there's another one. One was when England played, and I shouted "fucking rats" at the screen. Yeah, listen to this.
These are really weird ways to get banned.
People are that stupid. They thought that I shouted "fucking blacks," which just shows how idiotic some people are, and they can't understand my accent. because I shouted fucking rats, and I got reported for racism when I'm far from it. Know what I mean? So there's 3 incidences where it's bullshit, and they're the 3 incidents over the past few months what I've been warned over, and they're all bullshit.
And to lose that big of a following, it's got to be a big hit, because when you're promoting a fight, having 150,000 people on social media, a lot of people stay on social media for a good chunk, a good portion of their day. Losing out to access to 150,000, obviously you got 50 some odd thousand now on Twitter, but that's over 100,000 extra eyeballs that you could be hyping this fight up to. You gotta think that Instagram would have to be looking into something or be able to do something. Hopefully some eyes come to it next Saturday after the fight. But I also wanted to ask about the back half of your interview there. Do you have a name prepared to call out if all goes well?
No, lad. People are gonna be calling me out, lad. I don't need to mention any names. I am the name, lad. I'm the person that people are gonna be calling out, lad. Know what I mean? As I say, I just want my Instagram back with all them followers, because I've had to turn my podcast account into my actual account now, and I've grew rapidly. Like I've gained 10,000 followers or something in a day, but still, I need my real Instagram back, man.
And we're going to work hard to make it happen, especially if you call it out in your post fight. You'll see MMA Twitter light up. They're known to do stuff just like that. But I wanted to say, man, if all goes well, you leave fight night 100% healthy. When do you plan on getting back in there? Do you plan on fighting quickly again? Do you plan on taking some time off? When do you plan on getting back in there again if health is
Yeah, right.
permitting?
I'm unscathed. You never know. I could ask to get on that 30th of October card in Dubai, Fight Island. I'd love to get on that. But I've got a funny feeling that they're going to bring the UFC back to the UK in the coming months. To be honest, I think they're going to bring it back to the UK, and they're going to want me on that card. So they'll probably tell me not to fight on Fight Island so that they can get me on a main card in the UK.
Man, and you never want to look too far ahead in terms of career, but you can't deny the hype and the build up to your debut. What are some of the goals and things you plan to accomplish inside of the UFC before you debut? What can you say, hey, this is what I, Paddy the Baddy, want to get done. This is what I want to leave my footprint as, and I want to leave the UFC with these things accomplished.
Of course, I want to win a world title. Know what I mean? I want to be a UFC champion. There's only very few people who can say that they've been a world champion, and I want to be a UFC champion. But an even bigger goal for me is to bring the UFC to Anfield, to the mecca of all Scousers world. Know what I mean? Anfield, the place where we go to watch our team every week, and fill that out with about 70,000 people. That's what I want to do. I'm going to bring the UFC to Anfield 100%. But then even more so than that, I just want to inspire the next generation of kids coming up, and I know for a fact I'm going to. I want to inspire the next generation of kids what come through and become MMA fighters and become world champions. I know that that's what I'm going to do.
So what does it mean to you to be able to possibly bring an event to Anfield? What does that mean to you? That was the very next question I had prepared for you. What would it mean to be able to be one of the first guys to bring an event over there, sell out a capacity stadium like that? Connor always spoke of going back to Ireland and doing an event there in a football stadium. What would it mean to you to be able to be the one, to be the guy that actually brings an event to Europe, sells out a stadium like that in the hometown?
The extra special, lad, as I say, it's, but if you're a Scouser, lad, your football's one of the main things what helps you get through the day. Only like when there was no football last year, a lot of Scousers' heads fell off. They didn't know what to do with themselves. Whether you're an Everton fan or a Liverpool fan, know what I mean? Football helps us get through to hard times, and I'm gonna be doing that now. Like now I'm there in the UFC, I'm gonna be helping this city and Scousers get through hard times by winning fights and putting a show on for people.
So I wanted to ask, man, before we sign off, what do you have to say to both the fans riding in with you on fight night and the fans doubting you, saying you're going to drop this one? What would you say to both sides of people in that argument?
Well, I wanna thank all my fans, all the real genuine ones that are there supporting me, especially the ones that have been there from day one. Because over the years I've had a lot of bandwagon jumpers, lads. A lot of people jumping on and off the bandwagon. Like when I win world titles, everyone's there, everyone's your mate, and then when you lose, you get a message off someone talking bad about you, and then you click on the message and you see a message from 6 months earlier when you won saying, "Oh, you're the sickest." You know what I mean? So I've had it over the years. That's why I keep my circle small. and I only keep me trusted friends and family around me. I can't wait to prove all them right, lad. The people who've supported me over the years, because without them people, my fiance, my family, my gym family, my mates, I wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean? I don't know where I'd be, to be honest. So I want to thank them as well as like prove them right. And then to all the doubters, lad.
You love to see it. There's
They,
nothing more Paddy the
they'll all
Baddy
be
than that.
jumping back on the bandwagon, lad. Don't worry. All these MMA Twitter and all that, lad. All these people who've doubted me, they'll all be jumping back on the bandwagon when I absolutely hate Luigi Vendramini and get a naughty finish.
After, when you're coming up on your second bout, something tells me MMA Twitter will do a complete 180 in the way that they've been treating you heading in. I wanted to give you a personal thank you. You actually, when my wife gave birth to our first daughter, you made some pretty cool things happen. That whole process was incredible. Thank you, man. And I was wondering, can I get you to say that, hey, this is Paddy the Baddy. You're listening to Uncaged Media before I get the recording stopped.
Yeah, of course. What is happening, people? This is Paddy the Baddy, and you are listening to Uncaged Media.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Good.
What is that?
How is the baby? Is she good?
She's great, man. I'll send over some pictures, and either fight morning or when the weigh-ins come, I'm gonna have some lights prepared. I got a perfect walkway, and I'm gonna be doing a walkout to your music with her. That's the face reveal.
That's
So.
perfect, man. Brilliant. I'm glad the baby and your wife are all good, man. That's brilliant.
Thank you very much, man. Wishing safe travels. I can't wait to see you next weekend, and let's put on a show, Paddy.
Oh, don't you worry, lad. I'm coming to steal the show. It's my show now. This is mine. I'm taking over. End of.